Hey there, welcome to Tim Talks Cooking. I'm Tim, and today I'm making keto egg roll in a bowl with leftover Thanksgiving turkey. I think you're going to love this recipe, also sometimes called crack slaw because it's so addictive. You could use whatever protein you like. You could use beef, pork, chicken, shrimp, tofu. You could actually leave the protein out if you like, and it's still a great dish. You're also going to like the macros that I'm going to show you at the end of this video. They're incredible. This is very low cal, high fat, delicious, high nutrition, really filling, and it makes a ton. Let's get started. Now the first thing you're going to want to do is preheat your wok or skillet or whatever kind of pan you're going to make this in, and you're going to need a pretty big one. Here I've got a 14-quart electric wok. I got it on Amazon a couple of years ago. It's really great for this. You could use a really big skillet or, again, whatever you've got. I'm going to add into it, I preheated it to 375 degrees, 4 tablespoons of refined coconut oil. You can use any oil that you like here. Stir it around to melt. And when you've got it good and hot, add in 2 pounds, that's a kilo, of finely sliced cabbage. This was a whole cabbage, and so I just used the amount that I had for this. Get it all in there. There we go. And we're just going to stir it around more or less constantly. We want to get the cabbage nicely coated in all of that hot oil, and I'm just going to continue to stir it around here. As it cooks, it's going to become less voluminous, it's going to become tender, and you can see that's starting to happen already. If the oil starts to smoke, you want to turn the temperature down a little bit, just like I did. And there we go, continue to stir. And as you do, it will become more and more tender. And there we go. Next, let's add in 1 bell pepper julienne. Use whatever color you like. I had a red one on hand. And stir that in. I'm going to just get that completely incorporated there. And there we go. Next, I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of ginger garlic paste. I make this and freeze it ahead. If you don't have that, use a tablespoon each of minced fresh ginger and garlic. I'm going to get all of that out of my cup there and stir it in. This is frozen, so I'm going to stir it around a little bit to get it melted and get it exposed to the oil. Oh, there we go. A little bit more in there. All right. As you can see, we're getting kind of steamy here. There we go. I'm going to add in 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. You could use tamari if you prefer. A tablespoon of white vinegar. Just continue to stir. Next, this is one of my favorite ingredients. This is 2 tablespoons of chili garlic paste, also called sambal welek. You could use sriracha or whatever hot sauce you like. Stir that in. And next we're going to add in a tablespoon of sweetener. I'm using my homemade sweetener, and I'll put a link for that up here on the screen. And I'm continuing to stir. Doesn't this look great? We're really almost finished. Now I'm going to add in the turkey. This is a pound of leftover Thanksgiving turkey. You could use, as I mentioned earlier, any protein you like. Make sure you cook whatever meat you use before you add it. We want to add a few more things. Let's add 3 or 4 green onions that we sliced up, and pretty traditional condiment for Chinese food, 2 teaspoons of roasted sesame oil, and this is ready to serve. Well, let's give it a taste. It really smells great. The whole house just filled with the aroma of these great Chinese flavorings here. Yeah. That is really good. And not your average leftover Thanksgiving turkey dish. Listen, before we go, I said we would talk about macros. Well, here they are. This dish, the way I prepared it, makes 6 whopping portions, and each one has just 303 calories, believe it or not, 9 grams of net carbs, but it's a whole meal in itself. You don't have to add anything at all. It's really pretty good for a single meal. 11 grams of fat and 10 grams of protein, so not over the top on protein. Thanks for joining us here today at Tim Talks Cooking. I hope you'll try this recipe. I also hope that you will, of course, like, share on Facebook, comment, and subscribe to my channel. It helps my channel grow and it helps you find my videos. We'll catch you next time at Tim Talks Cooking.